The rapid increase in the residential building stock, coupled with the increase in electricity use for space conditioning, lighting, and white goods, results in the increase in electricity use in the residential sector for India. It is estimated that the domestic sector will consume about 769 terawatt-hour of electricity by 2031. Out of the total 36% of electricity consumed in the building sector, about 70% is consumed in residential buildings. A projection done by Niti Aayog indicates that the electricity consumption for the residential sector is expected to increase 6 to 13 times by 2047. With an intent to optimize and reduce the energy consumption of residential buildings in India, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency developed Eco-Niva Samhita, a residential energy conservation code. There are two parts to the code. The first part of the code was launched in 2018, which caters to the building envelope, and the second part was launched in 2021, which caters to the system side of the building. For the ease of implementation of this code by the local and state governments, Global Building Performance Network, along with Alliance for Energy Efficient Economy, developed a replicable and automated end-user platform to facilitate ENS implementation. This tool is a one-stop shop for ENS compliance and can be easily adopted by state and local government bodies. This platform is an open-source online platform to facilitate and empower the adoption, compliance, and enforcement of ENS in a housing project. The beta version can be customized to state or local government's specific requirements. Now we would like to go over the portal itself. The screen that you are looking at right now is the homepage for the platform. On the homepage, you have basic three tabs. The first one is resources. The second one is certification. The third one is train to become an expert. If you go down on the homepage itself, you have tabs for different user types. If you click on each of these tabs, that will lead you to the general questions that the user type has. For example, a building owner might have a common question on how do I register my building for ENS compliance. So this tab is trying to capture all the generic questions that any individual might be having. If you go further down below on the homepage itself, you'll find links and details about the code, both part 1 and part 2. The intent of this section is to highlight the latest certified ENS buildings and also capture any news and announcements regarding energy happening in India. The platform will also cover the current discussion topics regarding energy. Now talking about resources. The first one is tools. In the tools tab, it leads you to the tools that are developed by Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which is the basic and desktop compliance tool for ENS. The second one is Gujarat Building Approval Process. This is a generic building approval process which has been taken from the GDCR. And the flowchart here shows at what stage ENS compliance falls in place. It's a simple and easy to read graph to understand how to get your building ENS compliant. The platform will also capture case studies so that the user is able to learn from these case studies as well. This platform, being a one-stop shop, provides the list of building professionals that are around your location, and you can contact them through their email ID and numbers for ENS compliance. You also have energy and ENS experts and auditors in your region. Further, you have vendors and manufacturers. So what the platform is trying to do is trying to divide based on the category of material, whether it's wall, roof, insulation, fenestration, lighting, and MEP. If you click on a certain tab, what will happen is a list of manufacturers or vendors will come below, and you can also search by location where you are located at. The portal is also trying to incorporate other resources, be it YouTube videos or any resource material that can help a user get their building compliant to ENS. Within the certification tab, you can see there is part 1 and part 2 compliance, and this will be incorporated according to the local and state government needs. We have part 1 compliance and part 2 compliance. The last tab is train to become an expert. This is still under process, but the idea behind this is to get more and more people accustomed to the ENS code and create a pool of experts that understand ENS. This platform also captures a help desk and support facility where you can email your questions, and this will be backed by professionals who have been working on ENS implementation for quite some time. You can get associated with this portal by registering a new project, registering as a building professional, registering as a course provider, registering as a vendor or manufacturer, and to volunteer or work with us. Certification tab on this portal is an easy access to ENS Part 1 and Part 2 compliance parameters. The portal gives detailed definitions of all the components of both the codes. For example, window to floor area ratio has been nicely depicted in a visual format for the user to easily understand and differentiate between different entities within their own plan. The portal also has quick calculation resource where you can select your climate type, you can mention the window area, the floor area, and the portal itself will calculate the WFR for you. Similarly, the portal gives details of all other components within the ENS Part 1. For ENS Part 2, the portal lists down all the mandatory requirements within building envelope, power factor, energy monitoring, electrical vehicle charging station, electrical system. The portal gives a checklist of things that you need to do for compliance of your project. Along with AEEE is now working with state and local government bodies to integrate this portal in the existing approval process.